Hi there everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Prestige Liquids. My name is Andrew, and as always it is fantastic to have you here with me again on another whiskey review. Now, I've got a fantastic whiskey for you today. I've also got this awesome Michael Bay sunburst going on in the background as well. I mean, see, check that out. Special effects. But yeah, so as mentioned, awesome review for you today. This video will be featuring another one of I'm going to outright say it, the king of Australian independent bottling. And today this is the Grumpy Old Man on a Hill, released by Crafty over at Craft Works Distillery. Now, one fantastic thing about this one is that we have finally got the name of a distillery that he has sourced the spirit from. So this spirit has come from another New South Wales distillery known as the Riverbourne Distillery. This particular bottling has been it's been bottled at 53.8%. It is just over 2 years old. With this particular one, American oak, coopered at the Tasmanian Cask Co. They have used 100-litre single cask bourbon barrels and have used a heavy char on, say, for this particular cask. Now, one thing that I'm really excited about for this particular whiskey as well is that it is Crafty's first peated whiskey release. So, without further ado, I am going to pour a little sample here of Grumpy Old Man on a Hill, and let's see what we get for our tasting. So, first of all, I mean, look at that very light color there, very washed out. It's actually, I quite like that. It's a very light, watered down, honey golden color. In terms of legs, it's a little bit thinner in comparison to some of the other bottlings that Crafty has put out, but there is definitely some good glass coating going on there. Yeah, that looks absolutely beautiful. Alright, enough of that. Let's get tasting and see what we get. I'm so excited about this one. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is like Australian Lagavulin. Yeah, if you love your Lagavulin 16, then you are going to love the nose on this instantly. I seriously do not feel like I am nosing an Australian whiskey. I feel like I have just poured myself a glass of the Lagavulin 16 and I'm nosing that. Absolutely beautiful. There's a slight earthy saltiness. The peat, I don't know exactly how high the peat level is in this, but it's not very strong. It's quite light, but very enjoyable. It's a nice soft peat, and that char definitely follows. That heavy barrel char definitely follows through. This is one thing that I love when I get in some peated whiskies as well. I don't know, I guess, what the scientific term for it be, but it's that smell that you get when it's been a hot day and it starts to rain and you get the smell of all the evaporating water off the road. That's what I'm getting from this at the moment. A nice light saltiness. I call that touch of sea breeze. Now, obviously, being an ex-bourbon cask, expect those vanilla notes to definitely come through. And probably a very light honey, not too dominant. There's been a few whiskies that I've been sampling lately that have had a very dominant honey note. Finally, for me, this one doesn't have it. It's there, but very light. And some kind of like dried out apple in the distance there. Definitely not at the forefront, but it's there in the background. I love that rain smell. Okay, let's dive in and see what we get for the palate. There is no way that you could tell that this has such a high ABV. It's, like I said, this has been bottled at 53.8. Your initial sip is that smooth. Does not feel like you've got a plus 50 ABV. That strength does kind of pick up though a bit at the back end of the palate. And as mentioned, from the nose, I was getting that like that Lagavulin peatiness. That has kind of changed now. It's taken on a different level. It has a lot more of a like a foresty peat note. So for those of you who are into Highland Park, I would go a lot more along those lines for the palate. Again, salty, earthy. Those apple notes are coming through very nicely. In terms of mouthfeel, it's quite thin. Definitely, you don't have as much of a heavy mouthfeel as what you get, say, for the previous bottlings that I've tried. Say, for example, the Rage or the Takei. Okay, those definitely have a lot more of a more powerful mouthfeel. Like I said, this is a lot lighter. It doesn't feel watered down in any way. Just light and pleasant. Yep. Definitely some barrel spice there. I'm loving the char. That barrel char influence is really enjoyable in this. Vanilla definitely comes through on the back end of the palate. It's kind of strange though. For me, it's feeling like a almost like a vanilla ice cream. This has well, for me anyway, it's got like a strange creaminess to it that kind of comes through as well. That's not something that I was expecting from a peated whiskey. So yeah, if you can imagine, say, like a very light vanilla ice cream that then follows through with this like buttery biscuity note as well. And there are some layers to this particular whiskey. It's not a one note wonder. It evolves from your first sip. You get a certain flavor profile that comes through, and then with the second sip, that changes again, and you're just getting all of these different flavors coming through. I have not tried this with water yet. I don't know how it will take it. I think at the moment for me, it seems like it may water may wash it out a bit, even though considering it is at such a high ABV. I will try it out later though, just to see, but you never know. It may even open up some more flavors altogether. But yeah, I think for anybody who loves their peated whiskey, who are kind of getting like sick of having those one-off flavor profiles, and you're wanting something a little bit more sophisticated or something that will surprise you, I think Grumpy Old Man on the Hill is definitely one that will, it will knock your socks off. It wasn't what I was expecting. To be honest, I have to say, I was expecting something a bit flat. And say from first sip, it kind of went that way, and then all of a sudden it just started like going crazy with all these like different flavors that are coming through. Yeah, that rain note is definitely following through as well, so really good. The finish is again very light, non-challenging, very enjoyable. You have this nice soft peatiness in, say, at the back end of the palate. Those apples are definitely a lot more dominant in the finish. It's quite sweet. So yeah, so with the nose and the palate, I was definitely getting a bit more of the saltiness, where the finish definitely brings out a bit more sugar and a lot more, say, sweetness coming in. So yeah, it's been a very interesting ride for this. I definitely wasn't expecting that. Like I said, Crafty, you've done it again. And this particular spirit coming out from Riverbourne Distillery, this is absolutely incredible. I have some of the Riverbourne whiskies to review as well. They will be coming up soon, and if this is anything to go by, I cannot wait to try them and to see what Martin Pye has put out over at Riverbourne Distillery, because this is absolutely incredible and it is a fantastic testament to what he's making. So guys, fantastic team up. Crafty, again, thank you for sending me this sample. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for putting your faith in me and allowing me to do these reviews. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I think I really just want to get back, enjoy the rest of this whiskey, and I will see you all again on the next video. So guys, if you're new to the channel, then please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, leave me a comment down below. For all my returning subscribers, thank you for joining me on this wonderful journey so far. I could not have done this without you. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all again on the next video. Get this.